program says, and I quote, engineers like to solve problems. If there are no problems handily available, they will create their own problems, and most definitely they will find a solution to that. And with that beautiful quote from Scott Adams, I bid you welcome to this week's edition of Engineering and You on your Superdial station, OGBC 90.5 FM. My name is Temitope Babalola. Engineering and You is an educative and eye-opening program where we encourage young school leavers, admission seekers, as well as secondary school students to choose an engineering course as a preferred choice of course in the Ivory Towers. On each edition of Engineering and You, we engage professionals who have carved a niche for themselves in this prestigious field of engineering, where we cross-fertilize lofty ideas. This program is proudly sponsored by Engineer Mrs. Olumayowa Adekojo, FNSE, and powered by the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE Abeokuta branch. Our guest on this week's edition of the program is already seated in the studio. Is none other than Engineer Olumayowa Idowu, FNSE. Engineer Olumayowa Idowu is the chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch, and a current recipient of Ministry of Commerce People's Republic of China Award. He was among the best 17 federal civil servants that won 2024 MOFCOM China Scholarship Council Award after rigorous interview and screening exercise. He was one of the best 50 selected civil servants in Nigeria that recently graduated from the Executive Public Leaders Program at Blavatnik School of Government, University of Oxford, and graduated as the student with the best capstone project on digitization. He is an alumnus of Young Africa Leadership Initiative, YALI, Mandela Washington Fellowship for Building Leadership Skills for Tomorrow's Leader. In quest to create more positive impacts, he mentors younger engineers and younger ones. Currently, he works at the Africa's largest TV network, the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. He is applying his technical leadership and management skills and in broadcasting engineering. He regularly provides technical inputs and expertise to operational and program activities of the station. Worthy of note is his contributions to effective digital media platforms of 45 years old Abeokuta TV station, which has earned him 5 consecutive corporate commendations and Staff of the Year award. In October 2022, Engineer Olumayowa received Award of Excellence from the management of the Nigerian Television Authority in recognition of his utilization of ICT and contributions to the development of engineering at the NCA. He is also a recipient of both Presidential Award and Meritorious Service Awards of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. As a future leader in the engineering media management, Olumayowa loves to bring a technical perspective to managerial challenges with a view to creating positive impact. In addition to his mentoring skills, he is an astute teacher, having completed a postgraduate diploma in education from Usmanu Danfodio University, Sokoto, to sharpen his teaching skills after bagging his first degree in electrical and electronics engineering from the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Lautech, Ogbomoso. Engineer Olumayowa also holds different master's degree, Masters of Science degree in Information Technology, and Masters of Engineering degree in Electrical and Electronics Engineering with specialization in Communication and Digital Signal Option. A researcher at one of the C9 League, Chinese Ivy League, Zhejiang University, Olumayowa has actively participated in various local and international trainings, workshops, seminars, and conferences. He has earned over outstanding 30 awards and accolades from various sectors. Engineer Olumayowa, if I continue with this, I want to believe that maybe our first 30 minutes will be taken with all this that has actually been written about you. But this CV, I must say, is really intimidating. Welcome to Engineering and You on OGBC 90.5 FM.
Thank you so much. Welcome, presenter, and good evening, listeners at home.
Now, to start with your experience, even from the national level, at the national level, and even at the international level, who is an electrical and electronics engineer? Are they the same thing?
Thank you for that question. Electrical and electronics engineers, they are closely related fields within engineering, but they are not exactly the same thing. Both disciplines deals with electricity, but they focus on different aspects and skills of electrical systems. While electrical engineers focus on large-scale electrical systems such as power generation, transmission, electrical motors, transformers, electronics in its own focus more on smaller scale electronic systems device. They deal with design of circuits, semiconductors, microprocessors, and other components that are used by computers, communication systems, electronic gadgets, and so on. So, in summary, they are somehow related, but they are not exactly the same thing.
Good submission there. So, can you just give us more insight into these fields of engineering? You know, how important is electrical and electronics engineering to the society?
Let me say that both fields require a strong understanding of electrical principle because they often use foundation knowledge in circuits, mathematics, physics. Many engineers work in areas that combine both electrical and electronics engineering. But the difference lies in the skill and application of these systems. The work of electrical engineers typically work on large-scale power. And electronics engineer focus more on, like I said, smaller scale, like intricate electronic circuits devices. So in summary, while electrical and electronics engineer, they share the same common foundation and often work together. They specialize in different aspects of electrical systems and technologies.
Now, we are still talking about the importance of electrical and electronics engineering to the society. How important is it to our daily living, to our daily lives, even publicly and even in our private lives, even at home?
Yeah, this field of engineering, they are very, very important to our daily livings. Let me start by mentioning that when we look at power, purely electrical engineering systems, we all need power in our daily activities, in our homes. We are talking about grid collapse, about power outage in Nigeria. Even when we are talking about solar, it still falls under this discipline. When we are talking about making use of our phones to call, it still falls under this discipline. When we talked about almost everything, like when God created, I said God created light, so it's still under electrical and electrical engineering. So I can say everything still works around electrical and electrical engineering systems. Not even in our homes. Also, when we go outside there, we can't but deal with this. Even when you look at other engineerings like civil, they do road construction. You will still see they will still need to have all these street lights. Just to power them, the street lights, the street light needs to be on so that people can still drive at night. It still boils down to electrical and electrical engineering systems. So I can say that is the best field of engineering, and that is number one. And of course, let me stop there for now.
Okay, if you just tuned in, the program is Engineering and You on OGBC 90.5 FM, and our guest is the chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE Abeokuta branch, in person of Engineer Olumayowa, Idowu, FNSE. Engineer Idowu, with your exposure and practical experiences here and there in your field, especially in that area of engineering, how would you describe engineering training in Nigeria, especially in today's fast-moving world?
Well, engineering training in Nigeria has made lot of significant strides over the years, but of course, we still face some considerable challenges. Let me start to mention that when you look at strong theoretical foundations, like in our universities now, they provide solid grounding in the fundamentals of principle of engineering. That's one of like positive notes. When you look at the accreditation of engineering programs by Koren, I would also like to mention that even Koren has been now on provisional Washington Accord list. So that means people that are registered with Koren, they can practice outside Nigeria. Diverse specialization. We have so many areas coming up. Nigerian engineers are known to for their resilience and ability to adapt to challenges. So we have a lot of positive notes for engineering training in Nigeria. Of course, we have our challenges, like when we look at inadequate practical training, which is one of the biggest gap in Nigerian engineering education. This often at times leaves some graduates unprepared for realities of the job market. I also, when you look at collaborations between industries and academia in Nigeria, it's also one of the challenges that needs to be worked upon. And I can also mention brain drain. You can see some of our young ones, talented engineers, leaving Nigeria for better opportunities.
In fact, in droves.
Of course, so which leaves the country talent pools and also weakens the overall quality of engineering mentorship and education in Nigeria. So let me just say that we are improving in engineering training in Nigeria, but by enhancing this practical training, industry collaborations, and among other things, we can still move a step further.
Now, talking about this training of engineers, now let us take a look at those at the tertiary institution level. Now, with the current dichotomy between the university graduates and polytechnic graduates, which of the institutions do you think best prepares engineering students for the challenges ahead?
That's a very big question. The dichotomy between university graduates and polytechnic has been a long-standing issue in our country, but I would say that both types of institutions, they offer valuable and distinct approach to engineering education. They have their strengths and they have their challenges. When you look at universities, you'll be looking at in-depth theoretical knowledge. They provide strong foundation in theoretical aspect of engineering. When you look at research opportunities too for university education, of course, university educations, they earn global recognition when compared to polytechnic. Interdisciplinary exposures too. Universities often offer a broader range of courses, but their own challenges lies in like limited practical training. I mean, for universities students. So, but when you now look at polytechnic, of course, their own strength is the hands-on practical, experience. They are like industry ready, already available for industry because the education closely aligned with the technical and operational aspect of engineering. And also they focused more on specialization, but they also have their own challenges, so like limited theoretical depth, So I can just say that the strength of both university and polytechnic could combine to produce a well-rounded engineers. So the best institution in Nigeria that you asked depends on career aspirations.
Yes.
Polytechnic excel better in preparing for technical hands-on, while universities provide theoretical grounding necessary for advanced research and leadership positions. So I can say that a more integrated approach, leveraging on the strengths of both type of institution, could offer the most comprehensive preparation for the challenge ahead.
Okay, now let's open the phone lines this lovely evening for people to contribute their own quota to this program this lovely evening. You can call 0803-437-9453, 0803-437-9453, and 0815-032-0226. We have as guest engineer Olumayowa Idowu, FNSE, as guest on this week's edition of the program. Feel free to call. Do you have any question for our guest? Do you want to corroborate any of the points raised this lovely evening? feel free to call 0803 437 9453 and 0815 032 0226. Engineer Idowu, you belong to several professional bodies. What are the new trends in electrical and electronics engineering? Looking at your, wealth of experience, even at the national level, you've been to China and then some other places, even across Africa.
Let me look at my field in electrical and electronics engineering. There are several new trends that are shaping the field. One is IoT, Internet of Things. This is the integration of electronics with everyday objects to send and receive data, which is transforming industries now. Another one is renewable energy, smart grid, with a global push towards a sustainable.
Sorry to call in. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Your name and your location, please.
Okay, my name is Paul. I am calling from Ojodu.
Okay.
Sincerely, I actually arrived in Lagos yesterday, and I'm getting to tune in to hear this program. This is one thing that I think if the younger generations were raised like this, knowing that programs like this are aired, they listen, they now know how to tailor their adventure or their schooling into where the line that like the engineering, I believe it will give them focus. This program is something I think that in short, it should be airing maybe on daily basis, so that people can, parents can even encourage their children to say, listen to this program, and then they can, they can grow from there. It's a good one. It's a good one. Thank you so much. And then the engineer in the studio, I appreciate his effort and his CV.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul, all the way from Ojodu. Engineer.
All right, thank you, Mr. Paul. So as I was saying, I think I mentioned Internet of Things. I also mentioned renewable energy. Another new trend is AI,
artificial
intelligence and machine learning. So which is used to optimize electrical systems, to improve energy efficiencies and all that. There are so many trends that are driving innovations. They are creating new opportunities in the field, making it an exciting time to be involved in electrical and electronics engineering. I can continue to mention on and on, like we have
I'm very,
power
very interested
electronics,
in that AI of a thing, because do you really subscribe to the fact that the introduction of AI may send some people out or send them packing from their job places? Because sometimes when they say AI, it actually does some manual things that we human does on a daily basis. Now that introducing AI to our workplaces and embracing it in our daily lives, some people tend to lose their jobs. How true is that?
It's a big question. Well, AI has potential, to make a significant impact in our environment across various sectors. I'm going to let you know that, number one. As for maybe reducing, maybe sending people out of their job, I think I'm going to differ a little bit. I'm going to toe the line that is going to make us to perform much more better. Let me give you a scenario. Let me make use of AI in health sector. So, like the revolutionized healthcare in Nigeria. Now, on a normal day, we go to hospital, they diagnose, diseases and all that. At times, we have a lot of patients. When you go to hospitals, like before you treat like thousands of patients, it's going to take a lot of time. Now, with the deep learning, you can detect or you can diagnose, diseases like within a twinkle of an eye, get it done. It's going to make doctors' work to be much more easier. Now, let me just also paint this scenario. Now, when doctor now diagnoses diseases, now the next thing is for doctors to write reports, right?
Yes.
Now, doctors will write reports, and for them to write reports, thousands of reports takes time. AI now works in the sense that they can even just write the report on behalf of the doctor based on what they are diagnosed, based on what they've seen. These are the new things, happening in terms of health care with the use of deep learning, AI, in other electrical electronics engineering. So it's going to make our much more faster, not only faster, better. Now it's possible for doctors with his mere eye not to see some things. Machine will detect everything. 35-year-old Mr. ABC, so and so, blah blah blah. You get your report, pam, everything. Now apart from that, also if you look at out for treatment too, AI also help in this regard. So I can say that AI makes our work much more better. I know efficiency is now 100% compared to how it used to be before. So when you look at also education enhancement, public sector, public service governance, you can do some things from here to connect everything. So it makes it much more better. But for us in Nigeria, we need to really invest in digital infrastructure to gain access to these things that we are talking about.
Now, still in that your area of specification now let us go to digitalization in the broadcast industry in Nigeria. Where are we as a nation, especially in digital migration of broadcasting stations, radio and television in Nigeria?
Digitalization in Nigeria has been on for over decades now, particularly the digital migration, radio and TV. We've made some progress, but of course we still have a long way to go. When we look at DTT, digital terrestrial television, in line with ITU, we still have a long way to go. We have our challenges. I would not like to mention our achievements so far. Challenges in terms of infrastructure and funding, because if you want to really migrate, we need all these things. We need to provide set-top boxes, and for the populations, and it requires substantial investment. So funding is highly required. Also cost to consumers too, to get this thing done. There are so many opportunities, better high quality of pictures, expanded content, but Nigeria we are still in the process of fully migrating to digital broadcasting. We are not there 100%. Why significant progress has been made, particularly in television, there is still a long way for us to go. So I would just encourage our government to put in more effort to this DSO project so we can get it done in line with ITU as soon as possible.
Now, before I let you go, as we're closing on this week's edition of the program, I want you to sell engineering to our dear listeners in at least maybe 90 seconds.
90 seconds. Just 90 seconds. Okay, good. Engineering is the backbone of modern society. Engineering is the best. It shapes everything from infrastructures that we rely onto in technology. Choosing a career in engineering means you'll be a part of a dynamic field that offer endless, possibilities. So it's a profession where you can make a tangible impact in the world. So if you want to make a tangible impact, if you want to provide solutions to any problems, then you just have to just study engineering. I just want to urge all our youth outside there to join the ranks of engineers who are building the futures, who are changing the narratives, who are making impact. Because we have so many problems in our country, but with engineers, you can break barriers.
Thank you very much. Now, what is that particular thing in your life that can motivate a younger listener right now to choose a career in engineering?
What I can mention here right now is that engineering is not just about solving abstract problems. It's about addressing real challenges that affect people's life every day. So, if you look at what affects people's life every day and you want to solve this problem, so I think you like to study engineering. So that's one of the things that also made me to study engineering, because when you go around your environment every day, you see one or two issues. Just look at, how can I make impact? How can I solve this problem? So the chance to be a part of profession that drives progress, that address critical issues, can be a powerful tool of motivator.
Now, just quickly now on a lighter note this time around, have you ever made inquiries about what is actually sounding in a radio? Maybe that was what actually got you interested in electrical and electronics engineering when you were growing up.
What is sounding in radio?
Yes, especially when you were a toddler back then, that maybe that was actually encouraging what some people see. That's what some parents see, that this particular child is actually interested in being an electronics engineer?
Okay, well,
catching them young.
Well, it's possible for some, but to me, that's not what motivates me to study engineering, to study electrical engineering. Anyway, I was looking at another thing entirely, not radio and the sound.
Thank you very much. At this point in time, we must say that thank you very much and congratulations once again to you, Engineer Olumayowa Idowu, the Chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE Abeokuta branch. Thank you very much for your time on the program this lovely evening. Thank
you so much. I'm grateful for this opportunity.
And I must use this opportunity to appreciate the sound manager. Adetope Adebon is the sound manager, not leaving out the producer of this program, EMC Shodipo. The executive producer of this program remains Toyin Shugbeson. This program, Engineering Nigeria, is proudly sponsored by Engineer Mrs. Olumayowa Adekojo, FNSE, and it's powered by the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE Abeokuta. My name is David Tokwe Babala. Please do have a beautiful Monday evening and join us at past 6 next week Monday for a fresh edition of the program.
OGBC FM stereo, the station of the moment.
Woke up this morning, a brand new day. Feeling is different, though you are ahead of your game. Fill up with energy, strength and vitality. Get ready to conquer, cause Bonvita is there with you.
Give your child Bonvita. It contains essential vitamins and minerals that support mental and physical vitality. Bonvita. Prepare them to win every day.
Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù keje ọdún 2024 sí ọjọ́ kẹrin oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2024 FCMB fàyè gba alábàápín ìdókòwò tí àpapọ̀ rẹ̀ jẹ́